I've learned over the years that when it comes to dating, it's important to have options because you never know when one particular option will flop over the other. So it's better in the long run, and just to better your odds in general, to have options. What's up, guys? Magic Navs here, and in this commentary, you're watching some AO Tennis 2. This is part 4 of my match as Nick Kyrgios versus Andy Murray. So I hope you enjoy that. I do have some. There's still quite a bit of parts saved up for this match, as well as another match that I have in the future. But I also have some Black Ops 4 knifing gameplays saved up. So I'll try to mix back and forth between using both either games, depending on obviously the length of it and what I'm talking about per se. So I'll just have to I'll have to jump back and forth between those things. But as far as gaming goes right now, I'm kind of just being casual about it. I'm not really recording much right now. I am still in the process of prepping to move and whatnot, so it's been pretty stressful, and a lot's been happening as of late. So yeah, you can imagine. Like hopefully things will go smoothly in general, right? So that's all you can hope for. But yeah. So, anyways, guys, in this commentary, why is it important to have options? Well, when it comes to dating, at least, I mean, it kind of goes for a lot of things in life too. Like, you know, it's best to have multiple options instead of just relying on one thing or one person as a particular example. You know, it helps because it allows you to not be so pressed. You know, when you're trying to impress a girl and, you know, get this girl to like you and go on a date with you, I've learned that, you know, the more you focus on just one person, the more you stress out about it, and you know, you get all up on her. You know, you kind of put too much time and energy and emotion into this one girl, even though you haven't even met up yet or gone on a date yet, you know. So, you know, you just gotta know that, like, this girl, like, could flop on you at any moment, change her mind, maybe realize, like, you're not her type and stuff. And, like, I've had that happen to me so many times. Like, I've had it where, you know, I'm talking to a girl, and, you know, after we've gone on like one date or something like that, or a few dates, you know, they just decide that, you know, they weren't right for me, or I wasn't right for them, or whatever, you know. So, you know, things fall apart, especially when you're trying to date nowadays. And I mean, it's even more difficult nowadays with this whole quarantine and stuff. So, you know, the fact is that you just have to give yourself more options, because, you know, your chances of, just because you put your time and you know, your emotions into this one girl, and you try to shower her with compliments and like love and support or whatever, it doesn't mean anything. Like, what sometimes even when you do everything right, you do all the right steps of trying to woo a girl and, you know, attract her and stuff like that, sometimes a girl is just gonna flop on you regardless. It doesn't even when you do all those things right, a girl can just be like, you know, this isn't right for me, or I'm not ready for a relationship or to date right now, and yada yada. I've had this happen so many times just through COVID itself. Like, it sucks, but, you know, I've definitely learned, especially during quarantine. Like, I've learned this even before COVID, but even more so now that we're kind of forced to just, virtual date and stuff like that, that it's really important for you to build up a roster. And what do I mean by that? Like, you should be, like, if you are on Tinder, or if you are on some dating website or whatever, or you're meeting up with girls in real life, which hopefully you should be. Like, you shouldn't be limiting yourself to just virtually meeting girls, because ultimately I'm sure your goal is to get into an actual relationship, right? So if anything, like, you want to build up a roster of women that you're talking to, so that you can kind of weigh and compare which one is more suitable for you. And not only that though, like, because like if you single on just one girl, you'll be kind of compromising your values for what you want in a girl and the qualities that you look for in a girl. Like, if you're only putting all your focus on one girl, you're not really weighing the pros and cons of, like, what would I have to deal, like, what are the benefits of being with this girl, and what are the things that I wouldn't be as satisfied with this girl per se, so you'd have to make some sacrifices. Whereas if you're giving yourself options, you're talking to multiple girls, you can kind of weigh, okay, this girl, we don't like the same music, but we both enjoy the same sport. Or this girl, she doesn't play any sports, but we both like fashion, so we can click on that. So you kind of get to realize to yourself, like, what are the more important values or qualities that matter to me when it comes to a woman that I want to date, right? And the other thing is just simply that by giving yourself options, okay? When you are talking to a girl and, like, you're just kind of in the talking stage, right? You are not putting too much emphasis on one girl to the point where it comes off desperate or needy. And it'll keep your mind entertained when you have multiple women to keep your mind occupied and not fixated on one woman. Because if one girl per se isn't responding to you, or just is busy that week, and maybe they're kind of losing interest or whatnot, you're not going to be as pressed to try and get a response back from her, or get her to reply to your text of whether she'd be free that weekend to go out, because you'll have hopefully at least 3 or 4 other girls that you'll be talking to during that time that would be willing to hang out with you that weekend. So, like, it's kind of just like about having a backup plan within a backup plan within a backup plan. So you're always having multiple backup plans if one girl per se isn't available that weekend, or just is kind of not feeling you for that time. She could change her mind, like, in the later weeks, if you play your cards right, and she is invested enough. But the point is you just always want to give yourself options. Don't, like, keep it low key. Don't let them don't make it obvious, or don't blatantly say, oh, I'm talking to other girls too. Like if anything, I would just, like, keep it low key. Just don't blatantly say to a girl, if you're talking to the, oh, I'm talking to multiple other girls, like, because when you are talking with whatever particular girl, you want to, like, put your focus on her and just show value to her and stuff like that. But yeah, like, those are some tips. Those are some of my thoughts. At least I'll leave a link in the description, actually, for the actual tip video where I got all this advice from, so you can check that out if you wish. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, and I hope to see you guys in my future videos. Till next time, peace out.